Alright. SpaceChem. I'm gonna turn the music down a bit more. It's alright, but I want it to be right in the background. Okay. Alright, we're on production. No ordinary headache. Okay. N. Ah. Aha. Sometimes N, sometimes O. And it's mostly O. This is interesting. So it seems kind of... Okay. 3 reactors, so that's actually quite a lot of reactors. Okay, fine. So we want to break it down. Maybe have a reactor which breaks it down into either N or O. So then what we end up with is one pipe that produces O and one N, but the O is 3 times as plentiful. So how do we stop it from clogging up? We have to discard some of the O's. We have to discard 2/3 of the O's. Interesting. Alright, so... Okay, first let's just break it down. So... I guess I want N's here and O's here. How about this? Grab this. Drop it. Debond, debond. Debond, debond, debond. Output. Grab that, drop that. So that's if it's nitrogen. Well, let's say oxygen, in which case we just need this. Let's say, okay, so oxygen, we do this. This has to be here. The oxygen. Let's test that out. Okay, it's oxygen. Yeah, that works. Okay, so if it's oxygen, go that way. If it's nitrogen, drop, debond, debond, debond. Output that, grab that, drop that, output that. So let's just test this out, I guess. Just put them straight into storage. Good. Now, we should have done it the other way around because we want... Oh, you can do that. I thought pipes couldn't cross. Okay, there were times where I did really long-winded pipes that go around the back of things because I didn't know they could cross. Fine. Okay, we want N and O to go in there, so we got O. Okay, so let's say N goes in there. N goes in there. O. We're gonna have to discard what, 2 out of 3 O's? So we want to be 1/3 of the O's to go here. And the rest to go here. Well, this is interesting. Ah, this is... Okay, fine. Yeah. So I'll do this. No, wait. Grab that. Drop it here. So this is what we want to do twice, and then blue takes 1 to the output. So we grab oxygen, drop it, output it. Grab oxygen, drop it, output it. And then but blue is gonna come up from below. Grab. Drop. Output there. So sinks. How do we do this? So blue has to wait for 2 sinks before it starts work. Red triggers a sync after each output. Okay, let's see. So discard 1. Discard 1. Well, oh wait, there's a sync issue there, isn't there? Or maybe not. Why did N come through there? Hang on. Why did N come through there? I'm carrying O. I need to watch this again. There we go. Alright. So go back here. So we got discard, discard, deliver, discard, discard, deliver, discard, discard, deliver. And they're not, it's not perfect because they could both try to call in. Yeah, it's not risk-free. Technically they could both try to call in at the same time. I haven't. How do I avoid that? Well, it's probably fine. I don't think that situation will happen. Okay, so then... So we're delivering O here. One and 3. So now we've got equal amounts of N and O. So we'll just tie them together. So O is down here, N is here. So grab apparently I've done it in one reactor. I bet I just kind of did the simple solution and then had a long pipe going somewhere so that it didn't clog up. Just a long pipe, that space filling curve pipe. Oh, I didn't read this one. Okay. Went by Joel's office 3 days later with diagnostic reports loaded onto a tablet for review. Production was triple what it had been on Denop. We were at record production rates, rivaling even the most prolific sites in the system. I stepped through the door as it glided open. Eyes focused on the data and graphs, when I heard a groan. Joel dropped his head against the desk, pulled at his hair and ground his teeth. I could hear the gristle off the enamel. His jaw creaked. Joel? The tablet clattered against the floor. He grunted, lifted his head, opened one eye, and then thrust his head against the metal surface. I strode behind the desk. He cried again, thrashing his head, as blood trickled from his hairline. I pulled his arm around my neck and hoisted him up. We're going to the med bay. As I dragged him into the hall, it was clear he wasn't listening. Okay. I kept Joel's latest email open for so long it was practically burned into the screen. Good morning, friend. Thanks for your kind assistance yesterday. I am feeling wonderful, much improved. Please come by my office when you have a moment. Sincerely yours, Joel. Joel was a tall man with a thick beard. I could imagine him cutting down trees to build his own cabin on the edge of a cliff. I could not imagine him writing cheerful emails to thank his subordinates, let alone with smiley faces. Perhaps the nurse had given him a powerful drug for the migraine. Weird, okay. N. So we got N, we got O. We got, oh dear. Okay, fine. 5 reactors we're allowed to use. Oh man. Oh, and it gets worse. This comes in the ratio 75 to 25, 67 to 33. So like 1 in 4, 3 in 4, 2/3, 1/3. Oh man. Well, that actually is quite nice because we can now. So that's 1 N to 3 O's. That matches perfectly with this. That means we can take machine, which takes this and converts it to ONOO, like this, without worrying about ratios. Overall, it should balance out. One would hope. We do need a buffer though. Then what? We need something which takes this, splits. So this... Okay, so we need one reactor which creates, let's say, N or O. One reactor which turns that into, let's say, NOOO, that. One reactor over here which produces either H or Cl. No, either H. Cl is useless. Alright, either H or Na. And the rest gets chucked away. That's easy enough. And then finally, one reactor which takes that with that, makes that, and sends the outputs like that. Alright, I think this will work. Alright, but between this one and this one, we need a buffer to account for RNG. How big a buffer? We could just try different buffer sizes. So let's say this, I don't know. Now this is going to produce NA. Okay, the garbage will go in the bottom one. Alright, so far so good. Let's try and put this all together. So I want to... So before I did this with 4 reactors, okay, I probably had the same idea before. So I want to copy what I did here. That was good, I guess. There's a really tight limit on reactor names, isn't there? Okay, split N or O. Well, it's actually N2 or O2. Really? Why would they give us such a harsh character limit? Okay, fine, split N, O. Defense 1. Don't think we ever need that again. Alright. So... Okay, so that takes the juices. Okay, good. So now we got this, and we want to produce basically N O O and 1 double O. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, I don't know. Let's say we grab an N, drop it there. Grab an O. Drop it there. And bond it once. So this is going to be the double bond. And then we wait for red to do its thing. Then red oh, this is a pain because O's on the side. Oh, damn. Hang on. I need to adjust this. We need to make O a little bit. Oh. Hang on. Is there a way around this? Yeah, I think we need O to be a little bit to the right, but how do we even do that? Because I'm relying on hang on, do we need... Yeah, there's no other way to grab it otherwise. How do we bring this to the right? Because this is outputting. Okay, so we take oxygen, drop it here, drop it here, so it's sitting like this. Alright, oh wait, maybe there's another way of doing this. I can't be able to figure out how to change the first reactor. Let's just change the second one. So N, grab. Start again. Oops. Oops. Ah, interesting. I didn't know you can press those. Okay. Okay, so the fourth O we don't even move, we just leave it there. Okay, so we grab, start again. We grab nitrogen, drop it there. Then we grab an oxygen, drop it there. Bond once. Then sink. Alright, so we grab a nitrogen, put it there. Grab an oxygen, put it there. Sink. And then red just fills in the last oxygen. So grab oxygen, bring in another oxygen, bond, and at this point we have the molecule. Drop it there. Okay, so drop in there, put oxygen there, sink. Well, we need more sinks, don't we? So we put sink, sink, sink. Okay, go. Put in there, put oxygen there. And then we're back to the start. Alright, so we've got that. So this has this coming in. So now we want... If it's water, we take 1H from it. So basically we take the left, whatever's in this cell right here, we take that. Yeah, this can be done effectively. Okay, so grab that left position. Rotate clockwise. Drop it there. That's it. So we'll get H or Na here. Can we actually make percentages here? What are these four things here? What are they for? Oh! It's like that. Makes sense. So it's either H or it's Na. Great. Can we even define the percentages? Don't think it matters. Alright. And here it doesn't matter. Oh, we need to debond. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Finally. It's got H or Na coming down here. Oh, this is so easy now. Okay, we grab that. Bond it with that. Wait. Bond it with this. Now, if I have Na, I go down. Otherwise, go here, drop here. If I'm holding Na, then I drop here. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Oops. Start again. I think it's working. Oh. It's halted because we've clogged up with O's. Not enough N's are coming through because by random chance. So we need a bigger buffer here. So it can be done with 2 reactors? Really? Some of these low reactor challenges are insane. I mean, I can see... I guess it's possible, but you need lots of buffers. Pipe buffers. To hold excess. Like I did there, but... Yeah, I mean, you can take this... I mean, these two can be made into one reactor. These two could possibly be made into... No, they can't. Because we have 3 outputs, really. But these 3 could be made into one reactor, I think. So you'd take H or Na from here. No. I don't know. I don't know how you do it with 2 reactors. Alright. Challenge going green. I've never done this? Really? So this is producing these 2, and I want to produce carbon and that sulfuric acid. I'm gonna have 5 reactors. Seems doable. It's the percentages which are confusing. We've got no waste, but we might not need it. Interesting. So we can have one reactor to split carbon dioxide into C and O. C goes straight to carbon. O. Hang on. Okay. So the ratios are all correct. I mean, it all matches up. We're not going to have much lag, much backlog, because if you got 2 of those for every one of those, then you'd have H, H, S, O, 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 and 2 C's, but they go straight here. So the ratios are good. That's why they haven't given us a waste. As long as you got some pipe buffer. So how do we deal with this? I mean, we could take it simple. We could have one reactor which literally just splits. OCO goes up here. OCO goes down here. HSH goes up. Just find a simple solution. So OCO goes down, HSH goes up. Then we can have something which splits the OCOs. C goes down here, O goes up here. Ah, but the bonders is a problem as always. Let me just kind of do something really simple, use all 5 reactors if we need to, so... Okay, so we've got HSH going up. So we've got O coming from here, we've got HSH, so we could take HSH and O and make SOOO in a cross format, and then some spare H's. And then the remaining reactor will put the H's in the right place. So hang on, so this is producing oxygen and carbon. This is producing HSH. So we take HSH and O. We want to output SOOO, SOOO, and separately H. Oh man. No, this doesn't work at the moment. O, HSH. So we can Let's try this anyway. Oops. Alright, so OCO and HSH. So we want OCO to go down. Might as well debond it as well. Or debond the HSH. Yeah. That's better. Okay, so grab that. Okay, and if it is O, then drop it here. Okay. It's got HSH. And then down here we've got O, C, O. Okay. Step. Ooh, wait. And here. I have an idea. Let's Um. You know what? I kind of want to focus just on the non-optional levels for now. It's not that... Okay, this one doesn't actually look that hard. I think I have an idea of how to do it, but I don't really... I just want to focus on the non-optional ones. In fact, I can complete the whole game, then come back and do the optional ones, probably. Let's try and keep this stream to focus on the main game, I guess. Wait. Go back. How do I read the story again? Here we are. And just grab some water, I guess. And then we'll start with the new defense. Alright, yeah, so as I said, I'm gonna try and focus on just beating the game, because that's kind of what I do in campaign mode, and then I could probably come back in the future and do the challenges for challenge mode. Alright. I hesitated to press the Torp intercom. Torp? What's Torp? Intercom outside of his office. There was a muffled voice speaking inside the room that did not sound like Joel. As I withdrew my hand, the door opened as if on command. The room was lit only by the sun blazing in through the window. All I could see of Joel was his silhouette. Come into the light and let me show you the truth. The words echoed in my ear, though somehow I knew they were unspoken. As Joel splayed his arms, a wave of pain blasted through my head. I clutched my ears as my heart heaved. The pain transformed into a rasping voice. Behold the healing power of the stars. Joel lurched out of the light. His face had disappeared, replaced by an expanse of tight puckers where his eyes and mouth had been. God. His skin was raw and pink. His beard had been stripped from his jaw and replaced by a shiny strip of scar tissue. His ears began to twitch. Together, we can know the truth. Together. Agony warped my thoughts as white lights flashed behind my eyes. I crushed my hands against my head and banged my knees as I staggered to the floor. Joel's crumpled face was seared in my mind. A hand grasped my shoulder and shoved me onto the ground. Through the ringing I heard the cock of a revolver, a gunshot, and the sound of something wet slumping against the floor. The ringing stopped as I regained my sight. I opened my eyes to see Joel's body in a heap. A leather shoe towed Joel's faceless body, turning the blank face to the floor. I looked up. There was a man in a charcoal suit holding an antique revolver with silver embossing. Paid no attention to me as I grunted and pulled myself up. Suggest you get ready, he said as he pocketed the gun. I blinked. For what? I'm heading to the particle accelerator lab. He stepped over Joel's corpse and stopped in the doorway. Aim for the eye. The door closed as he sprinted through the hallway. I brushed myself off, turned around, and jumped at the sight of the giant, hovering pyramid outside. He stared back at me with his gargantuan eye. Okay. Interesting. So we need to get both hydrogen peroxide and uranium. So alright, this doesn't look hard. Okay, so we can... Okay, we're kind of squashed. We move this... Okay, move this here. Can't actually go there. Okay, so we got these various kinds of water. So we can split it and send O one way and H or U the other way. Then we have one which detects, if it's U, we send it into there. If it's H, we send it up with the O. Okay, so O goes up here. Okay, so we got H or O going down here. No, H or U going down here. The U okay, the U will go straight into 2. The H goes... this? Alright, so what am I doing here? Tainted water. I'm going to split it into O, going up. Alright, let's... Yeah, okay. O goes up. H/U goes down. H/U, the U goes down. H goes up. So at this point we have H and O coming in here. And then we just build hydrogen peroxide and send it in there. Will that clog up? No, it can't clog up, can it? Because no matter what we get... Well, it can technically, but very rarely, because if this is waiting for H and... No, because this accepts infinite amount of U, so... Yeah, this can't clog up at all. I don't think it's possible. Okay, fine. So... we need to take... this. Okay, so we grab the water, drop it there, output the hang on, debond this, output the bottom one, grab drop, so we can also output the top one. And then output bottom one again. Yeah, okay, that works. So we have O coming up there. And then here we have H or U. So this one we got O coming in. So down here, got H or U. Now U, we want to just take her down here. H just up here. Oh yeah, this is straightforward. Just grab that. Drop it there. Branch. If it's you. Now we want to make hydrogen peroxide. So we've got H coming here. We've got O coming here. If we put the O there, then it's actually really easy. Hang on. Can we do that? Oh, that's a bit fiddly. No. It's fine, we can still do it. Oh wait, hang on. Just move the H to the left. Just move all this a bit to the left. Alright, now we've got O here and H here, so this is pretty easy now. We just take one O and place it, put one O, place it there. One H, place it there. Yeah, this is easy. Okay. Grab an H, drop it there. Grab it. Grab an O. Oh. Start again. Start with the O. Otherwise it's confusing. So, down. Grab an O, drop it there. Grab an H, so we need to input beta as well. So, grab an O, drop it there. Grab an H. Bond it. So that means once we're here, call in one more alpha and one more beta. We got to here, we bond it. That gets the whole thing. Drop it. Output. Okay, question is this enough? It should be. I don't see any way to make this much faster. We're using everything. Everything's going through. Most important thing is, yeah, we're using the... Voltage is dropping. Interesting. Let's just let it run. Are we not hurting him while his eyes are closed? Wow, okay. Senior reaction engineer. I mean, don't I deserve a bit more? I've saved entire planets single-handedly. Shouldn't I be like, I don't know, hero, champion? The air reeked of a nauseating mixture of gunsmoke and decaying flesh. I was sprawled over the console in Joel's office where his faceless body lay 3 meters from my station. The whispered echoes of the monster that had possessed Joel swirled in my mind, but I ignored them, knowing that the monster was as dead as Joel. Bruce entered the office, his suit rumpled and creased. "I'm closing this place down," he said. I gawked at him. All I could think of was the massive floating pyramid that had just been hovering outside. "What was that thing?" I asked. "An anomaly. It happens." Called out an anomaly. Half the crew is dead. The base is in ruins. It's a tragic circumstance of our work. Folded his hands together and bowed his head. There was a moment of silence, but I very much doubted it was to mourn the lost. Bruce tapped his index fingers together and glanced at Joel's body. "You'll be transferred to Sikutar in a day or two." He slid his wrinkled jacket off his shoulders and laid it over Joel's head to hide the wound. "Strange things happen out here. People die. We do what we can. We cannot let these setbacks stop our work." My skin went cold when he finished speaking and I nodded to him. He grinned at me as if to say, "You understand," and left. Okay. We're in Sikutar. Nice to meet you. Fusion. Interesting. "Welcome," Tim, the new manager, said as he slapped me on the back. I just stepped out of the shuttle with Marianne in tow. Tim led us down through the airlock and into the new building. Each base was made of the same modules, each one slapped together to form a full-sized facility. He grinned widely. His tenure as a manager started 1 month prior, and he was maybe 30 at the oldest. He decorated a standard issue blue jumpsuit with several SpaceChem pins stuck above the left breast pocket. "I heard about what happened on Denopth and Alkonost. You seem to be bad luck," he chuckled to himself. Marianne rolled her eyes. I said nothing and continued down the corridor. I didn't want to think about the trapped technician inside the mining robot with Joel's puckered face. Bruce said all the destruction, the weirdness, was a tragic but understandable circumstance for the reward of our work. Soon I would be hardened by the anomalies and think nothing of it. I would be just like Joel, prior to his face sucking in on itself. Tim ran a hand through his hair as Marianne tried to bore holes into the side of his head with her eyes. "Let me show you to your offices." So, fusion. The left gets fused into the right. This is like Hazard Dream's fusion. One becomes dominant. Here the hydrogen atom has been fused into the nitrogen to produce an oxygen atom. You sum the atomic numbers together. Okay. Okay, well. Seems straightforward enough. Hydrogen. So we've got iron, and we want to make it into cobalt. Hydrogen has atomic number 1. Iron, cobalt. So we just need to put 1 hydrogen atom in. We don't even need any bonders. We just need to move these bonders out of them. Okay, it doesn't matter. Alright, so... Okay, we grab... there, drop it there. Grab hydrogen. Do we just fuse at this point? What happens if we... Okay, I don't know what's going to happen there. Let's try it. That's all. Damn it. Whoa, 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 what happened there? $108,115. That was my best performance. Okay. Yeah, alright. Under the ice. Siku is an Eskimo word for snow. That was the basis of the name of this icy oblivion, though. I could think of a few other names that were not of Eskimo origin. Outside the warmth and cover of the facility was an expansive ice field that covered the entire planet. The sheet was several hundred meters thick with few breaks. The daily light cycle of the planet did not mesh with SpaceChem universal time, so we spent a lot of time working at night. I stopped outside of Marianne's office carrying 2 wrapped fish cake sandwiches. Fish cake sandwich? I've never had a fish cake sandwich. I'm gonna have to try a fish cake sandwich. Her office was adjacent to Tim's. I rarely saw her outside of her 10 by 10 foot room and imagined she had a cot hidden somewhere for sleeping. I pressed the intercom button. Marianne, I brought you some food. The door clicked as the locking mechanism released. Marianne sat behind a metal table wearing a red jumpsuit. She eyed the wrapped sandwiches, but as recognition dawned in her eyes, she wilted. I tossed the food onto her desk. Fish cake? There's nothing else? It's a SpaceChem specialty. She unwrapped one of the snacks and took a bite, grimacing. She swallowed as if it were sand and set it on her desk. We lost 2 more probes today. Why does Tim keep sending them out? He wants to see if there are resources trapped in the ice. Maybe something is living under there and eating the probes for sustenance. Don't say that. Some people think that's true. She scowled at me. Sorry, you know, these probes weren't built to handle the conditions here. She shrugged and took another bite out of the fish cake. You talked to Tim lately? You should if you haven't. Said something about misdirected transmissions. She pushed the second fish cake to the edge of her desk. Thanks for the fish cake. Anytime. Wanna bet that something's under the ice? So, nitrogen gets turned into oxygen. So, Hmm. Can't put bonders in the same place, so you got to... Okay, fine. So we've got oxygen here. Put it here. Then grab one more nitrogen. Oxygen can have 2 bonds. Okay, this is a problem. I see. Alright. Start here. Grab. Alright, so we start here. Grab a nitrogen, place it there. Get an oxygen, place it there. Blue. Okay, so red is waiting for a sink. Blue is gonna grab nitrogen, place it there. And then wait, have 2 sinks. So red takes 1 nitrogen, places it there. Okay, so let's see. We put nitrogen here. So now there's 2 nitrogens there. We then do 1, 2, 3 bonds. And then we do 1 bond here and then output there. How does this work? There we go. Am I using the exact same solutions as before? How did I get 203? No, 2, 3, 4, 30. Best. Oh, I see. This is my best on this profile. This was my best all time on all my profiles. Okay. Tim's door was open. His office was plastered with company paraphernalia, including posters taped to the walls, brochures arranged on his desk, buttons stabbed into a corkboard, and a logoed mug on his desk. "Oh good, I wanted to talk to you," he said. Scratched the back of my neck. Tim, like Marianne, never seemed to leave his office. I saw him once in the cafeteria, filling up his SpaceChem mug before he disappeared into the crowd. Marianne mentioned misdirected messages, I said. "Yeah, I've been getting some strange ones." Tim swiveled to his left and picked up a data pad. He's tossed it toward me across the desk. It landed with a smack on the floor, a meter away from where I stood, just in front of the door. I lifted the tablet from the floor and booted the screen. A glitched message loaded, filled with scribbled symbols outlined in orange. It was unreadable and resembled doodles on a chalkboard. "Have you taken this to the tech wing?" I asked. "They say it's just spam." Drew his brows together. "But these messages are for you." I checked the next few transmissions, flicking through them with my finger, and saw only more indecipherable symbols. I turned the pad to Tim. "I can't read these. They're mostly illegible, but I see your name on them." He pointed to a line on the screen, "Right here." Wait, what? Where did these come from again? These just came through from the planet. The line was a sprawl of crosshatches and swirls that I did not recognize as characters. It definitely wasn't my name. I set the pad on his desk. "Sorry, I just don't see anything in the messages. Where are they coming from?" "There's no sender, they're untraceable." His face reddened as he turned off the tablet. "Probably just spam." "Maybe they're garbled transmissions from the probes." "Yeah, thanks for checking anyway." He slumped in his chair and turned away. Oh, this is getting creepy. Need to make neon. Neon needs 10 hydrogen. Interesting. We have no sensor anymore. We can't use sensor branching. We don't need it though. Okay, so we need 9 hydrogen fused into this, or we... Alright, I can see how you could kind of use a binary progression to make it faster in terms of number of fusions. But the simple solution, I think, is just to put 9 hydrogens in using 9 sinks. So how do I do this? Alright, so red grabs one hydrogen, places it there. Okay, and then blue. But wait, these sinks are not gonna... No, this... Hang on. Antimony, arsenic, aluminium, selenium, and hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen, and rhenium. Nickel, neodymium, neptunium, germanium. Passed fluorine instead of neon. We were one off. Hang on. Needed one more sink. Yeah, okay. So this works for a while. But then how do we... We need to give blue time. There we go. Wait, what happened? We passed sodium instead of... We did one more than necessary. What? Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on, have I got too many sinks now? I've got too few sinks. What's going on? Okay, we've got one any. Oh god. No, this design doesn't quite... Why doesn't it sync up? I don't think I've put this out correctly. So we're doing F instead of NE, so... we need one more. Hang on. I don't think this is the right idea here. I think the sink should be like this. Okay, now we're producing Na instead of Ne. That's fine. Take one out. But it was a lot slower. But we did it. Okay. Production falling. A thunderous crack echoed through the hallway as the metal floor gave way beneath my feet, plunging me into the shattered ice. My arms flailed and I tried to yell, though there was no sound. I fell into the abyss. I woke up to my own gasps for breath, and I sat up in the bed with my heart hammering. The mechanical hum of the ventilation system filled the room. It was the middle of the sleeping cycle. Green light flashed on the console in the corner. I wiped my palms against the bedsheet before pressing the display button. It flashed on with a new message filled with the same characters that had been on Tim's tablet. My name was illuminated in the orange swirls, glowing like embers on the screen. I gripped the edge of the bed frame, ignoring the icy chill of the metal. The rest of the message was scrambled. I turned the console off and sat on the edge of the bed, listening to the recycled air blow above my head until breakfast. Weird stuff. Okay. Oh, yikes. So we got... we need to make yttrium, zirconium, and niobium. We got sensor reactor. Fusion reactor. So we can't do both. We probably only need fusion reactors because there's no probability, so we know exactly what we're up against. So we've got O's and H's, and we've got Krypton. We'll make yttrium, zirconium, and niobium using Krypton, O, and H. And these three. Where's Krypton? Krypton is 36. So we'll make 39, 40, and 41. We have 8 and 1. 36 plus 8 is 44. That's useless. Oh, wow. Alright, 8 times 5 is 40. So we can take 5 oxygens together to make one zirconium. So that remains. So then we're left with the krypton, and we're going to make yttrium, so we add 3 hydrogens. Niobium. Oh my god. This is going to clog up, isn't it? So, I guess split this water first. To hydrogen and oxygen. The oxygen can just go into a fusion reactor that turns it into zirconium, 5 of them. The hydrogen so the oxygen goes there, and then we output zirconium. Now the hydrogen goes in here. It's got krypton and hydrogen. We can just make yttrium. Okay, let's say we make yttrium. Then we take one final fusion reactor, which takes the yttrium, sends one yttrium up here, and then creates one niobium, sends that down here. Is this all gonna clog up though? I'm not sure about this. I don't think the ratios will be right. I think one of these pipes is going to get clogged up eventually. Let's say we take 5 units of water and 5 units of krypton. We'll end up with 5 O's that can make 1 zirconium. 10 H's. And 5 kryptons. What can we do with 10 H's and 5 kryptons? We're going to run out of H's. We've got to try and get the numbers right so that we... So why have they given us oxygen? We could just get rid of the oxygen and do everything with hydrogen. But that's kind of difficult. See, krypton needs 3 hydrogens to make yttrium, 4 to make zirconium, and 5 to make niobium. Or maybe that's what we should do. Okay, so split the oxygen, hydrogen. Oxygen goes to get rid of the oxygen. Hydrogen goes in here. We make pure yttrium. Okay. Pure yttrium comes out here. We then send 1 yttrium up, and then 2 units of yttrium go into this. Oh wait, where's the... Oh man. Because once we get to 20, we can't load any more into them, so it's going to all clog up. So if we... The problem is the hydrogen. We need to be supplying it to these two as well, but we can't easily do that. So yttrium... So yttrium and 3 hydrogen. 1 hydrogen will turn it into zirconium. 2 will turn it into niobium. So for every 1... Oh my god. Alright, what if we... Okay, take one... reactor. Takes these two, and then it spits out oxygen, which goes straight out there, and krypton plus 2 hydrogen, which would be strontium. So this produces strontium. Then what? Oh, but we haven't carried the hydrogen forward, and then we can't do anything with it. Oh, the hydrogen is a pain. I think we'll go back to my original idea, so... Split... Can't even fit this anywhere. Okay. Split this into oxygen and hydrogen. Oxygen goes straight there. Hydrogen. Now what? So now hydrogen goes down here. And hydrogen is variable. It's got krypton and hydrogen. No, don't deposit the oxygen. The oxygen then goes into a fusion reactor which creates zirconium. So now we're left with a krypton and unlimited hydrogen, well, to some extent. We need to make yttrium and niobium. So we need 3 hydrogen for yttrium and need 3 for yttrium and 5 for niobium. So basically we need 8 hydrogen, 3 for yttrium, So what if instead we make 2 yttrium? Oh, this is ridiculous. Oh, man. So we have 2 yttrium. So how much do you need to turn a yttrium into niobium? You need 2 more. So 2 yttrium and 2 hydrogen. With that, we can make 1 yttrium and 1 niobium. So let's say we produce 1 yttrium and 1 hydrogen as output. And then next, we'll take 2 of those and make both of these. I think that works. So this one needs to make yttrium and hydrogen. So Yeah, I think we can do that. And then this one takes yttrium and hydrogen, sends one up here, and then the other make it into niobium. Alright. Let's start on the water first. So we want to split this into... oxygen going up, okay. So... Alright. Also, let me change the... Yeah, this one. Alright, so... Okay, so we've got oxygen here, hydrogen here. So that's good. Okay, so this one we basically want to make zirconium. So we've got 5 oxygens to make zirconium. So basically we want to copy the design we made before, roughly. So we want to... Okay, grab oxygen. Well, there's a better way of doing this. Hang on. An improvement over what I did before. We grab that. We fuse, which initially does nothing. And then we drop. So the first time we do it, it will just drop here. Every subsequent time, it will fuse into this one. Okay, so far so good. Now, every time we do that, we hit a sync. And blue is just counting how many times we sync. And once we hit 1, 2, 3, 4, hit 1, and then we put 4 more in, so basically 5. When we hit 5 syncs, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is easy enough. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do out. Let's see if this works. Drop that. Yeah, it works. Oh wow, this is cool. Okay, so that's done. We can get zirconium. Now we need to deal with this nonsense. Alright, so we need to, what was it we want to make? We want to make 1 yttrium and 1 hydrogen as output. So let's say we put that there. We put fuse it in. So blue sets everything up. It puts krypton there and a hydrogen there. Hang on, let's try this. So blue takes hydrogen, drops it there. Then call in a krypton. We then wait for red to do this 3 times so that we have yttrium. We grab that and drop it there. Let's say there. We can move that as well. Should we say move this here or even here? And then okay, then we need to put okay, so every time okay, so then once we've dropped that, we now wait 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we put hydrogen there. Okay, let's see. So blue puts that there. We now wait, hang on. 5, not 5. We want 3. Hang on, so we said red does one, red does another, red does another, and then we have yttrium. hang on. The sink should be here. Red is waiting. Okay. That might work, but it needs buffering. So this, okay, so what we're trying to do here is produce yttrium, not hydrogen and yttrium, okay. Hydrogen. Yttrium. So this is taking hydrogen and yttrium, and we're going to produce yttrium and niobium. Okay, so this is just a case of, so if you've got yttrium, just 2 hydrogen. Okay, so we grab the yttrium. Put it, I don't know, here. Then we take a hydrogen. No, then we take another yttrium. Put it there. I'll put that. And then go back to the start. Now, once we've done that, we do two sinks. This red is waiting for the sink. After which it grabs the hydrogen, puts it in there, fuses it in, and then just repeats that endlessly. Once the 2 sinks are done, we then output that. This will work, I think. Okay, so put yttrium there. Damn it. Never got yttrium. This is too much hydrogen. Okay, let's see this now. So we get yttrium. Now hydrogen fusing once. Oh crap. No, 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 no. Hang on, so we hit a sink. So red does one hydrogen. Red's doing another hydrogen. So we need to put the out somewhere later on. Let's put out here. Just before we then bring the next one in. Right, let's try that. So there has to be two sinks. Corresponds to the number of hydrogen we use. Okay. Yes. I think this is working, but I'm just worried it's going to get clogged up now. Oh my god, oh my god. Oh! Oh, I didn't think that was going to work. Because it's not fully balanced. I mean, the bottom half was balanced. It was just the oxygen. The number of oxygen. It was probably clogging up slowly, but there was enough piping to let's have a look. Nah, because zirconium was the last thing I did. So it all worked out. So it was hydrogen that was clogging up, but it seemed to be fine. Okay. I'll just have a look at this. I'm not going to do it, though. Phosphoric acid. I'm not going to do it this stream series. But I will probably tackle it one day. Oh man. H3PO4. Okay. 6 reactors total at most. Okay, that's cool. Another day, I think. Defense. The ice is breaking, Marianne's voice roared over the intercom. Skidded into Tim's office, barely avoiding the edge of the opening door. Everything's fine. There's just a minor crack in the ice, he said, eyes wide. That ice is several hundred meters thick. Everything's fine. His knuckles were white as he gripped the back of his chair. A red tentacle flailed outside the window. I know what to do. He reached into a drawer, pulled out a headset, and strapped it to his head. He dialed into the external speaker system to address what waited outside. Attention, you are trespassing on SpaceChem territory. We will not surrender to hostile action. Turn away now. Another tentacle slipped into view from under the ice. It's not going to leave. It's not human, I said. They covered this in management training. We stared at one another for several moments. He had never been in this situation before. High-pitched noise blasted through his headset. Tim fell to his knees, clawing at the device on his head. He glanced up to me, his eyes wide with panic, and opened his mouth to scream. There was a thud against the window as the tentacle slammed against the glass. Thousands of tiny cups clung to the window. The shriek rose higher as tears streamed down Tim's face until I could no longer hear it. Tim's head exploded, sending chunks of flesh and blood flying all over the office. Oh, Jesus. Wait, what? His head just exploded? Hang on. A high-pitched noise blasted through his headset. It was the high-pitched noise that killed him? How's that even possible? Isn't there like a maximum voltage that can go through it? Alright. Marion screamed. Yeah, his head just exploded and flesh is all over the place. I stared out to the tentacle as something wet slid down my neck and landed on my shoulder. Do we have any weapons? I asked. No, this is a research facility. Did you learn from the last 2 or 3 research facilities we had that got attacked by monsters? Okay. I picked the piece of tin off my collar. It was a nostril. Mariam paced in front of the door. We have nothing to defend ourselves. The rocket isn't fueled. What if our escape pods don't work? Does it matter? We will make it. The rocket. That's it. I pushed past her and ran down the hall. Her footsteps echoed as she followed. Oh, wow, okay. Rip Tim. So we can use 4 reactors. We need hydrogen in H2 form. We need oxygen, and we need plutonium. Alright. So what if we were to split the water 50-50? Half goes towards hydrogen-oxygen production. Half goes towards plutonium. Now how do you make plutonium? $94? Okay. $94. So what's 94 divisible by? $47 and 2. That's not good. How many 8s fit into 94? 2. 12. And then you got 6 left over. Oh, these numbers are horrible. So the most important thing is to find out how to make plutonium. Oh, okay. Once we figure that out, the rest is not too hard. We just put all our resources into making plutonium, and the excess can just go into... we have hydrogen and oxygen that gets siphoned off, and we can just make hydrogen and oxygen with those. god. Okay, plutonium. What's a feasible way of making plutonium with hydrogen and oxygen? Oh. So hydrogen and oxygen together make fluorine. 10 fluorines together make plutonium. Then we could put in 4 more hydrogen. Oh, that's actually probably the best way. Or just no, just the simpler way is just 11 oxygens. And 6 hydrogens. That'll make plutonium, but then alright. What could we do? We could split hydrogen and oxygen initially into oxygen and hydrogen. Then we make oh dear. So allowed 4 reactors. So we use these to... For goodness sake. No, it's not a good idea. Okay. Instead, this splits the water 2-way. Half the water goes into one fusion reactor, which is going to make both of these hydrogen and oxygen. So basically this half the water goes over here, making oxygen and hydrogen. The other half of the water gets transformed the other water goes into this, which makes oxygen, hydrogen, and then finally, got no space for this. Gonna have to. do you even fit this in? Alright, let's see. Okay, and then... So, okay, so this is sending water down. Oh. Just about enough space. Oh, no. Oh, no, that's okay, that's okay. There. And then this water goes into there. Got hydrogen. Oh no! Still don't have enough space. Hang on. Okay, these pipes don't need to be like this. Hang on. This can go like... Oh, we have lots of space here. I thought we couldn't work on the ice. So... just go all the way there. And then here. There we go. Okay, that's the rough idea. Water gets split two-way. Half the water gets made into hydrogen and oxygen. The other half goes down here. We've got twice as much hydrogen and oxygen. Ah, hang on. So what did I say? I wanted 11 oxygen and 6 hydrogen. What I'm actually getting is 2 hydrogen for every 1 oxygen, so that's completely off. So this is going to clog up. Oh, this is nasty. How do you make plutonium? Still try it, but it's not gonna get too much hydrogen. So it's 47 times 2. Ah, wait, what? Okay, we can try to force it to use twice as much hydrogen. How do we do that? Use 10 oxygen, that'll make 80. And 14 hydrogen? No. Well, that's something. Oh no! Oh no! Well, we can use one of these storage tanks. There's not enough space. We can probably fit this all a bit better. I'm not going to finish this today. I've got 15 minutes left. But let's try and figure out the numbers. Okay. This is horrible. So we either do 11 oxygens, 6 hydrogens, or we do 10 oxygens, 14 hydrogens. That's not too bad. 10 oxygens, 14 hydrogens. Okay, maybe this design isn't very good though. Maybe we should start by making plutonium. And whatever's left over goes towards hydrogen and oxygen. No, because we need more hydrogen and oxygen, I think, being produced. What if, okay, we turn the water into So you can actually make plutonium out of just helium. You need 47 of them. Is that 47 too many? If I had an input which was just helium, could I actually do 47 things? I mean, how many tiles are there? 10 by 10. It's 100, so you can do it, but you're using half the tiles. I think you can do it, yeah. So use... Okay, so you take helium in here. Let's say helium is coming here. You put one here. Then you go down here and you sneak around doing 47 inputs and 47 fusions. Oh, but wait. That's 47 times 2. You need 94. Oh. Why do they give us such horrible numbers? Okay, what if here we send one water up here and the other water we don't... We can make it into fluorine and hydrogen. Come on, maybe I'm going about this the wrong way. It shouldn't be this complicated. There's something obvious that I might be missing. Plutonium. How would I make plutonium if I'm not worried about space and reactors? I would probably... Just do what I said from the beginning. 11 oxygens. So maybe we don't split the water. We take the water and turn it into oxygen and hydrogen. Right. Then we have a reactor which takes the hydrogen, oxygen, sends... God. What does the minimum mean? Let's just run it. So I think you just... How do you win this? You just get this to 25, this to 25, and this to 2? Is that all? And can they accept more than 25? Minimum. So I guess you can put extra. But we do need to produce a lot of hydrogen and oxygen. We can't focus all on plutonium and then send a bit of extra there. We have to actually... So this is actually helpful, what I'm doing here, splitting the water. Half goes up here, half goes here. So half of it goes towards hydrogen and oxygen. But even half is not enough. It needs to be like 90%. Hang on, what if we produced something... What if we tried to produce... silver? And then 2 silvers make plutonium. So how would we do that? Silver is 47, so... we need... It's not much easier. But actually, that might be the way to do it. All right, let's say we take one reactor which is splitting the water into oxygen and hydrogen. Then we have the next reactor which is taking the oxygen and hydrogen. We make silver, but we also put oxygen and hydrogen on the other output. Then, next reactor, well, we have one reactor which is just making plutonium, and another one which is taking the oxygen and hydrogen and turning it into... That might work. I don't know. So we want to split water into hydrogen and oxygen. The next reactor takes hydrogen and oxygen. We produce silver down here, which is not particularly easy to do. It could be done. Silver. 47, so that means we need... Five ox... 5 oxygens and 7 hydrogens? No, that's awkward. Okay, but is it possible? I'm trying to make silver. What is a really nice ratio we could use? So, silver. We could use 5 oxygen and 7 hydrogen. Or we could use 4 oxygen. $15. Oh. There's some nice number here. I'm not seeing it. Alternatively, we don't have to make silver. We could make, I don't know. Gallium, and then 3 galliums would be 93 plus 1 hydrogen. So 3 galliums and 1 hydrogen. So many possibilities. I'm gonna just have to think about it for the next 2 days. Alright, I'm gonna have to finish there. This one's a hard one. It's no easy task. This game is for people who really want to push themselves to the limit. This is not for the faint of heart. Alright.